What's good, everybody? It is your girl, Tika Deshawn of All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts, here to bring you guys my recap of Christian Keys, All the Queen's Men. I got 5 on it from season 3, episode 13. This episode left off where we saw the Wonder Twins, I will call them Champ as well as Trouble, end up getting arrested. But in the midst of all of that, we see that Davis has made her way to Madam's office. She calls Madam with a bit of information, such as she knows where Concierge is. She knows that he has gotten on a plane and he has left Mexico. So Concierge is on his way and he should be arriving in the States. He should be arriving probably at Madam's destination within the next couple of days. Davis has been paid for her information, and of course, Madam don't mind paying her as long as she's coming with some correct information. Now, you guys, we see these two that are at jail, Champ as well as Trouble, and they're trying to get out of this predicament that they have put themselves in. So they tell the police officer that basically they didn't have anything to do with the situation, that they didn't rob or take anything from Tandy, and that, basically Tandy got her money back. So, like, where's the crime? Where is the crime, since Tandy was able, to get her money back from out of this whole situation? They said that Rashawn was the one that beat the brakes off of Jack Watson. So they really didn't have anything to do with it. They was just there for moral support, in the words of Trouble, y'all. So anyway, moving right along, we see that everybody is tipping out over at Club Eden, or everybody's coming through, they're checking in at Club Eden. And of course, Big D, he never takes no for an answer. He's still trying to flirt and get with Dime, but Dime is not having it. Dime is not interested in Big D. She's already had enough problems out of him as well as Amp. She doesn't want anything to do with Big D, so she declines his request of going out to eat. Then we see that Amp has made his way. He's tipping out, and he basically is saying to her, I would like to have a conversation with you, even if it's just 5 minutes. I would like to have a conversation. And so he says, do you want me to wait for you? And she says, no, you don't have to wait. I will come by your place, and we can talk for 5 minutes. Knowing good and darn well, they probably about to do the Eden Mumbo. So anyway, we see Madam, and she's talking to she's just trying to find out what's going on, what's been going on around her club. She also lets Fuego know that she wants to talk to him. Then she also finds out, this is the moment where she found out that Trouble as well as Champ had been locked up, and that Madam's, or that Tandy's hubby, had been unalive. So we also gonna see, finally we'll see Trouble and Champ get their way out of jail, because Trouble had a connection with somebody that had a little change that was able to get her out of lockup. So then we see where Madam and Fuego are face to face, and basically Madam is just telling Fuego, I just need you to fall in line. I don't need you to do anything else except let me know when stuff is not right with my computer, my technology, and why the heck did you let Big D out of the basement? Now, Fuego's not concerned. He's not afraid. He's not intimidated. He just is confused as to what direction he should be going in. At the end of the day, he's literally the only good person at Club Eden. I'll say that, and I'll leave that alone. But she lets him know, why do you tell me about my surveillance XYZ? I'll just say this. I'm blaming Blue, because he definitely went to Blue. He definitely tried to let Blue know that the surveillance was not working properly, or not that it wasn't working properly, but that the equipment had been hacked. His computers had been hacked, and that her stuff was hacked as well. And Blue didn't want to hear it. Blue did not want to hear it. I think I like this part about Fuego. Even though people put him in a bad position, he doesn't put anybody else in a bad position. He doesn't rat or tell on anybody. I've seen that with Fuego many times. So really, in actuality, he's not the one that Madam should really be afraid of or should be concerned about. But Her aggressiveness and the way that she talks to Fuego and the way that she continues to threaten him, I'm not with that. So madam, step off Fuego. You never know, you definitely are going to need him again at some point. So anyway, then we see Miss Tandy, and she makes her way into the office of madam, where madam tells her, okay, I've been made aware that your husband is unalive, but with that being said, you're going to run for mayor, so that way I can still run the city. Now, at first, Tandy is not confident that she could actually win, but because Madam knows who she knows and she does what she does, I'm sure that she will be a surefall to win, even though she's garbage and her husband was garbage as well. So then we see back at Champ's place, Champ and Trouble, they have a conversation about how they can come up on a lick, how they can make more money. And they agree, they said that they're going to work together to, make this extra money. Talking about they're gonna be driving Rolls Royces and so forth, so on and so forth, y'all. So anyway, back at the police department, these two are still conspiring against Madam. And she thinks DA Dobbs thinks, or Rods thinks, that because she and Tandy are cool, that she'll be able to run Tandy, even though Tandy is semi working for a bunch of people, Madam to be included. They will still be able to run Tandy, and Tandy will be able to help them take down Madam. What a double-edged sword we are dealing with at this point, y'all. So then we end up seeing Babyface back at Tandy's place, and she's like, I'm running for mayor. And he's like, well, when we gonna get the check? Like, it's all about money. He's a big old lazy kid sitting there playing video games, but it's all about the money for him. He want him a Rolls Royce, he want him a Maybach. He has so many ideas of what he's planning to do with her money. And she's like, well, pump your brakes. Like, we can't be seen too close together like that. I'm supposed to be a mourning woman. So of course, Big D pulls up at Dime's place, and again, he is definitely violating. He's just doing any and everything to get close to Dime. However, Dime appears or says that she is not interested. Then we see Madam. Again, we're getting that phone call from Davis letting her know, hey, surveillance says that that concierge is about 2.3 meters away from where you are. Like, she's giving her the 411. She also told her that Tandy was running for mayor, but she already knew that Tandy was running for mayor. Hey, she's a part of the campaign at this point. We also see a moment where Tommy, he is filming of Tandy as she is making her mayor speech, or her speech to, let everybody know that she's going to be running for mayor. Then he has a moment where Tommy has just been to every school. Tommy been to filmography school. He's been to acting school. He knows how to cry. He asked her, do you want me to show you how to cry? Like, just doing Tommy. Tommy is always doing the most, but that's who Tommy is. There's so much more to Tommy, and we learned that Tommy has a new trade every week. So then we see back at Fuego's crib that he receives an incoming message, and within the incoming message, there is a video that shows him unaliving his ex-girlfriend. Now, we know for sure that he really didn't do it, and that's just the magic of the camera. And so now he's shook. He does not know what to do. And he makes his way back to the club, and Amp sees him, and he's like, man, you should do just what I told you to do, and that is talk to Madam. Let Madam know exactly what's going on. Don't hold anything from her. I can assure you it'll be better than what you think it is. So then we see these two interact. Now, we thought for a second, like 0.5 seconds, that Big D as well as Amp were going to make up. However, Big D makes one statement that is saying that he does not know if Dime wants him or Amp. Maybe there's somebody else. And then Amp ends up popping Big D with, as they say, a 2-piece and a biscuit. Amp was trying to make up, trying to be calm, trying to be cool, collective, respective, but Big D had to pop off, and he got a little knot on his eye. So then we're gonna see where Trouble is almost in a physical altercation with Babyface. Of course, Babyface runs his mouth, so of course somebody's gonna want to, tussle with him either way. But then on the outside, after we've dealt with all of the shenanigans that have gone on inside the club, we see that somebody is jumping Fuego, y'all. I can't tell exactly who it is. I can't tell if Madam sent her own people to shake up Fuego. I don't know what is going on, but somebody has jumped Fuego. But luckily, Midnight, even though I can't stand Midnight half the time, Midnight was there to save Fuego. He was there to help Fuego out in this battle royale against these multiple people in the black van, y'all. With that being said, we see where Fuego sets the open the door button on his car, and his car goes literally boom, y'all. Somebody tried to take Fuego out. I don't know who it was, but I'm sure in the next episode we'll get to see who decided that they were going to be bold enough to try to unalive Fuego. Plus, he's been getting all these messages from somebody. I guess at some point we're definitely going to have to find out, y'all. Anyway, you guys, did you guys check out All the Queen's Men? If you checked out All the Queen's Men, were there any parts of the story that stood out to you more? Was there something that you liked more about the other scene? And what would you rate All the Queen's Men? There was also a dance routine that it was, what was the song? If I get caught cheating, that don't mean I don't love you. Well, they did a little dance routine to that. I thought it was cute, but Amp was messing up throughout the whole routine. Of course, Blue called him out on it. And, she was like, look, get your stuff together. Stop worrying about Dime. Focus on you and do what you got to do to get your stuff together. So anyway, y'all, that was the end of the episode. Everything went off with a hitch. I was here for it all. Looking forward to the next episode on All the Queen's Men. Definitely looking forward to Virtual Club Eden, which will be hosted by myself as well as EJ the TV Junkie right here on YouTube. You can come through. Just click the link over here at YouTube, All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts, for Virtual Club Eden. And then tap in this Saturday as well as Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday, where we will do another Ruthless roundtable. We got 3 in a row that we're going to give you guys. Myself, EJ, as well as VKJ will be hosting, okay? All right, you guys. Well, that's about it. Thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in with your girl, Tika Deshawn of All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. You already know, stay ruthless.